Hey folks, Mike Carney with Kayak Fishing Fun Multimedia, and today we have an exciting look at one of my favorite new boats for the year. This is the Crescent Kayak. It's an extremely versatile boat. It combines the best of a SUP, a paddle skiff, and a powered fishing platform, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But I wanted to walk you through all the features of the stock boat, and you'll see we've got a few things that we've added, and you'll understand why. But I wanted to we'll start with a bow to stern walkthrough of the feature set, and then all the incredible ways that you can configure this boat for the type of fishing that you do most and the waters that you'll be on. So let's start up here at the front. We have our Yak Attack carry handle. It's great. Here we have a bow hatch, and this boat, as it comes from the factory, is completely sealed. So it is a watertight hull. The boat is 11 foot 10 inches long. It is 33 inches wide, and the base hull weighs about 63 pounds. So this hatch, which is attached via these really durable nylon straps, all stainless hardware that is included, so saltwater ready. The hatch opens up a completely sealed area for anything, valuables or anything that you don't want to get splashed, because this is a bit of it is a wetter ride. It's designed to be in the water, and you'll get some splash that comes over just like you would on a regular SUP. But this hatch really seals tightly. These fixtures are right into the bulkhead here, so it makes up for a very, very tight, watertight seal. We have this real cool strap up here that can be used for a paddle park, tying down your rods to the stagers that go in the back there. You can make it as tight or loose as you want. You can put a gear bag under there, really handy. Here in the center of the boat, we have something that you can tie into either a standing leash, so that you can easily stand up and down, because this is a great standing platform. Although it's only 33 inches wide, when you're on it, it feels like a 40-inch wide platform. It is exceptionally stable due to its hull design, which we'll talk about a little bit later. These are Yak Attack Mighty Mount Gridlock XLs that we added. You'll see why a little bit later when we deck this boat out, but I wanted to have some forward mounting. These come standard. These Yak Attack anodized aluminum mounts on each side. You'll notice here in the middle of the boat, there are these grommets, and they're backed up with a stainless insert, and we'll explain the purpose of these once we walk through the full rig. We have a paddle rest right here, so you can set your paddle down. It's not going to roll away. And one of the other nice features, talking about one of the really unique features I've never seen on any other boat, is this unique paddle park that's up here. This is a special foam that they have in this cutout here. And essentially, when you're standing and fishing, you're always trying to figure out, leaning over, trying to grab your paddle, reposition your boat. This you just jam in there, and you can stand and have this off to the side, not interfering with your casting, and easily just pop it out. That is a really cool feature, and like I said, that is something I've never seen before, and I'm looking forward to really testing that out and trying it on the water today. Throughout the boat is this custom EVA deck pad. It adds real comfort if you're barefoot or in sandals. It also does a great job of deadening the sound, and the boat comes equipped with it. You don't have to add it. Love that feature. We've got multiple scuppers, 3 of them through the boat. Everything on this rig, if you get water that splashes in, which you inevitably will, it's a SUP-like platform, everything drains to the center of the boat down these scuppers. Really handy. 2 carry handles at the side. You'll notice some rod stagers here, so you can set your rods down. You get 2 of them on either side. Great way you can lash it with that front strap. Underneath the seat, we have pads so that your seat is always resting. It's not on the plastic hull. It's on these nice pads. This is Crescent's high chair, easy to pop off. And as you can see, the way we've configured the straps underneath, I'll give you a look at that. We have run the straps under these crossbar straps. Normally these go straight here to here, but then that keeps you from being able to slide 3600 or tackle boxes. Now I can store all sorts of gear underneath this seat. Nice way of rigging that so that you have more access, because as you see, there's nowhere to store gear, so you have to come up with different solutions for tackle boxes, loose lures, etc. And we'll cover that when we show you the boat fully rigged. Coming back here in the boat, you'll see we've added some Yak Attack Gear Drag GT90. And I used a backing plate, an anodized aluminum backing plate. So what that does is it makes sure that any heavy objects that you mount on these, whether it's a fish finder arm, you got to put 2 rod holders for trolling and you really want a secure spot. These mount from the bottom, and on the Yak Attack site, they show you how you use rigging bullets to pull those through. You need hull access to do it, but we'll show you how you do it, where you get hull access in a second. This is the tie-down strap for the seat. Again, all of these fixtures here, we have a double one here so that you have one for the seat, one for a cooler or black pack or anything else that you want to store back there. They give it that, most are side to side, and you can do it side to side by adding Yak Attack mounts right here. But it comes this way from the factory, and all of these, again, are backed up with a stainless insert, so it's not just in the hull. You have an insert that you're putting your screw into, really durable, really well thought out. These are stock Yak Attack, the plastic gear tracks here in the back. We have some areas for additional tie-down lashing. We have added, there is a cutout for adding an 8-inch deck plate. James at Crescent likes to keep all of his boats sealed. I needed access for a couple projects. 1, putting in those backing plates. 2, running some lines for power that were foot pedal power that we're going to show you in a minute. And you heard that right, foot pedal on this boat. But this gives me access inside the hull to put the lines in, run the tubes that we're gonna show here in a second. And it's a great addition, and I can put a battery or anything else in there. This is Crescent's gear plate, again, going into inserts, stainless inserts with stainless hardware. This allows me to add either a power pole or a motor mount for my Newport 180 Pro. And that's the base hull. There's a nice carry handle back here for carrying on the stock boat. Obviously, if you put a motor or a power pole, you just pick it up by that. I also want to mention this boat comes in 2 editions. You can get it in this K-Craft Standard Edition, or you can buy it as a Micro Skiff edition. The base boat is $11.99, $16.99 for the Micro Skiff edition. So what's different about the Micro Skiff edition? This plate, the mounting plate, comes standard. Instead of a seat, you get Crescent's new kayak cooler, which we've added a backrest to. So the kayak cooler comes standard with it. This is a $250 cooler. There's mounting provisions that tie into these stainless grommets here on either side of the boat, so you can bolt down the cooler. You can store batteries, food, tackle, gear inside the cooler itself. And then it comes with, we mentioned those inserts earlier, this standing bar, which you can mount. Just screws pop out, this screws in, and then you have the micro skiff edition. So if you're a fly fisherman, you're a flats fisherman, you're staying a lot, you can run a tiller boat there with an extension arm. Newport makes a great model for that. It'll take that mounting plate up to a 3-horsepower motor. The standing rail also has a gear track on it for adding whether fish finder or any rod holders, anything else that you want to put up there. Now you have a stand-up fishing rig, whether you're fly fishing or flats casting, a great way. And this boat is so stable, it defies its 33-inch width. Part of that, and the deck also feels really rigid. Part of that is all the structural kiss-offs they molded into the hull. It's not just an open space in here. There's stanchions, plastic stanchions or kiss-offs that provide awesome rigidity. And if you don't like the standing bar, they also make this low bar, which you can configure either way with a Yak Attack gear track on it, so that you can put a tackle box, any other items that you want to store, including perfectly fitting a kayak cooler from Crescent, so that you can disperse the weight however you like in the boat with the high chair in its place. So really cool features that you can add additionally to this rig. I just wanted to take a minute to talk about the hull design that gives this boat its incredible lateral stability and the hull rigidity when standing on it. So up front, we have a pronounced sharp entry point. It's got some rocker to it, so it rides up over waves to a degree. We come down the center line here. We have our scuppers, which are really well recessed through the boat, so you don't get water splashback coming up through, and a good laminar flow down the center line. That nice pronounced center keel, emphasize on that back third there of the boat. And then we have these big buoyant outer sponsons or chines that really provide that lateral stability. Also, as you see here, there are 8 kiss-offs or stanchions that are molded in, and that's what gives that hull such rock-solid stability when you're standing on top of it. The hull doesn't give. That's via these kiss-offs here that are strategically put anywhere that you would be standing on the boat. So we're gonna flip her over now and get into the rigging. Here is our K-Craft hands-free fishing solution. This was the collective thinking of a couple of our partners, Yak Attack, Wade and John, Trey over at Innovative Sportsman, and James Durbecker at Crescent. So here's what we started with. We have these lock and load complete bases, and we put these on the long rails, which now you see why I added extra rails, because these are gonna take up all that space. Ryan at Sea Dog advised us on which angled foot braces that we need. So we added those right to the lock and load bases, and these can literally pop right off anytime that you don't want to use power. So they just pop on and off. Normally, I terminate these lines right to the foot brace, but with this split ring, I'll probably throw a different tiny carabiner on there to be more convenient. But for now, that runs just great. So what we had to do was run steering cable through the hull of the boat, which is why we needed that rear access. And that product is just this cable tubing, and you run it with a wire. One of the best videos I've seen on this is Trey at Innovative Sportsman does a great job of explaining how to do it. It sounds intimidating. It's drilling a couple holes and picking the spot where you want the cable to come out. When I'm not using it, I can just snug them right up to the end of the tubing, which you melt off with a lighter so that it doesn't pull through. That's going to come out the back of the boat here on these molded in frog eyes that come with the boat. You just drill a 3/16 inch hole through there, and then you run your Spectra cable and it slides right through. This is almost indestructible. It's incredibly tough material. Never have to worry about that. And we wired it to our new Newport NK180 Pro, which we absolutely loved. We have it on a Crescent Crew, this motor, and it is a fantastic, great power, lasts all day. The specs on it are insane. We have it with a Newport battery. I really like this battery because it also comes Bluetooth enabled, and you can check on your phone to see where you're at condition-wise at any point in the day. But if you're running at 1 or 2 miles an hour, you can literally go all day fishing. Certainly farther than most fishing trips you'd ever take in a kayak. So that is the concept. And that's how we've rigged it so that we have hands-free fishing. We're gonna take it out on the water here, give it a good test run, see how it operates, and make sure that any tweaks and adjustments, we could run this battery either in the stern or tie it down up here. I'm gonna put a Sea Dog standing leash just so it's easier to sit and stand, but I'm gonna tie into that, and then we're gonna get on the water. Couldn't be happier with the build and how everything turned out. And we are looking forward to lots of adventures in a lot of different waters with this rig. The K-Craft is a supremely easy paddling boat, which tracks really well. It is super durable and robust, great for oyster beds, rocks, shoals. That's what really separates it from inflatable or other types of plastic materials on the market. This is a tough, rugged design. It is a fun standing fishing platform that gives you power and hands-free fishing that will last years of service at harsh marine environments.